Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule.
This is Heather's headpiece. She's our principal for Korea. But then, this is heavy. This wig itself weighs probably 10, 15 pounds. It's so heavy.
Loving the Silent Tears, the musical, part 19 of a multi-part series. Please continue watching to find out more.
Though being vegetarian is excellent for man's physical as well as spiritual health, it is not enough. We have realized over the years that being vegan is far superior and a much more complete practice of ahimsa. Guru Dev Shri Jija Bahanuji, vegan.
Boitji, which means hello, how are you, is a phrase you'll hear quite a lot if you visit Northern Ireland. I'm Dara. The artistic and amiable people of Northern Ireland wish that you love this planet by going vegan and saving our animal people's lives. May enlightenment bring you closer to God. Loving the Silent Tears is a Broadway-style musical inspired by Supreme Master Ching Hai's profound poetry collection Silent Tears. Directed by Tony nominee Vincent Paterson with choreography by Emmy winner Bonnie Story, the musical takes us on a magical train ride to 16 countries across 6 continents. It's a journey of fantastic dances and songs performed by award-winning artists from around the world, as well as a voyage of finding inner peace. This extraordinary musical was premiered on October 27, 2012 at the Grand Shrine Auditorium in Los Angeles, California, USA, to commemorate the 19th anniversary of Supreme Master Ching Hai Day. As you can see from the previous episodes, Loving the Silent Tears was a great success. All the actors, actresses, singers, dancers, costume designers, makeup artists and lighting and sound technicians collaborated with each other seamlessly and delivered an unforgettable musical experience to the audience. What inspired these top-notch artists from diverse backgrounds and fields to take part in this production? What was the invisible thread that connected them together? We will continue our train ride, the journey back in time, and uncover the making of Loving the Silent Tears. Let's continue with part 19 of this series.
When I get in a costume, I feel I'm a different me. I feel more like a character in the costume. Yeah.
You get your costume on, you know it's the real deal. It gives you that extra bit of adrenaline.
But I don't want this to be dark. I want that to be filled with color. Because I thought if the Sufis are in white, these girls are all in color, then we can get this is all color, this is all white. The 3 leads are in something a little bit more colorful.
costume trying day. I've tried my costume and my headpiece and wigs, so I have a little props for my interview also. It's a really nice costume, it's great. And my headpiece is like 2 times bigger than my head. But I thank them because I think it helps amplify the message.
And maybe her headpiece is a little bit more extravagant or something. The lead person has a costume that stands out a little bit more. This is what we've been thinking, that this is more butterfly feel because that's what it kind of looks like.
I say whatever makes it more legit for each country, and if that is to make them more beautiful.
Hương thật là vui là Hương được mặc một bộ áo dài. Không những thế mà Hương còn được mang khăn đóng này kia, dạ. Dễ thương không? Mọi người ngồi làm chi tiết từng chút một nữa cho Hương. Wow.
Yeah, we can throw some curls in it, or we can do like... We actually worked on the Emmys with Jimmy Kimmel, and we worked with Nick Offerman, as well as David Koechner. And then we just came back from shooting Chavez, which is a biopic on Cesar Chavez with Michael Pena, America Ferrera, Rosario Dawson, and John Malkovich. This show is so unique. At this point, I think we've got 110 wigs in this show, which is, I think we came in with the idea that it was going to be 60 wigs. And now it just kept growing and kept growing and kept growing, and now we're at 110. We have only like one and a half months. I'm pretty sure that's a record. I absolutely love working with multicultural productions because you get the opportunity to do the historical research that goes with it. So we're doing all of these traditional costumes, which means, of course, that we have to do traditional makeup and hair along with that. That it's such a challenge but joy to have to go through and create something very traditional, but then amp it up a notch and make it big enough to fit in with the rest of the production. So it's so much fun to get to style all that kind of stuff. Costumes and wigs work very close together, figuring out the general look and how to match the colors, and some of these headpieces are heavy, you know, so we had to make it work so that they could dance and do all these beautiful spins and tricks without affecting them. So eventually, when we get to the actual production, it'll be backstage between every single number. They run off stage, they rip off their wig, they'll put on a new costume, they'll put on a new wig, we'll make sure they look pretty, and then we'll send them right back out. These quick changes are happening in a span of like 60 seconds, which is crazy to do 18 people in 60 seconds. So we started kind of with a base for a wig, and we're then able to tweak, cut, color, style, all those things to make them work for the different countries. So this wig here is actually for France and Cuba. For France, we wanted to have something that would look glamorous but kind of effortless was the goal with France, because the number has a lot of balloons and it's just very kind of whimsical, and it's the beginning of the show. So we're doing, this is kind of a trick of the trade. We're gonna do a side ponytail, and then we'll clip it up for France, so they've got like a nice little can-can dancing poof, I suppose. And then for Cuba, it's the Jansicada number, and we've got this flower that we'll put in because it ties in with the rest of their costume, and we'll put it here and secure it, so they've got some good Latin hair flair going on at the same time. Kay's is very similar to the ensembles, but Kay's is so much grander, especially when you put her costume on top of that. She just pops right in front of those dancers. So it's a way to make them kind of live in harmony, I guess is the best way to put it, where you want your principal to stand out, but you want your ensemble to support them in their style. Kay had no idea what she was getting into with this wig. This wig it's over here. That's a lot of weight on a person's neck. So Kay and I worked trying to figure out the best way to make this sit on her head. The US has the more modern look of the show. So we went with these really fun, synthetic, bright colored wigs to give it that kind of pop. And it actually worked out really well, because when they did their movements, it kind of swayed in the right exact way. For Ireland, we went with the Irish step dancers look. It's very bouncy. Yeah. Irish step dancing is so bouncy that we wanted to make sure we had something with that kind of curl so that it could accentuate the movement. Like I can even just bounce this, and you can see that it moves better than something straighter would. There's a whole lot of thought that has to go into wigs, from costumes to lights to sets, the choreography. You couldn't do something. We had to kind of contain the Irish wig in the back, so that it wouldn't, they're dancing so much and it was just gonna hit them in the face if we had it styled the way we had originally wanted to style it. For Katie McMahon's wig, she has this huge, ginormous, beautiful red wig that kind of cascades down one side, but we had to figure out which way she was gonna stand with her harp, because we didn't want the hair to get in the way of the harp, and she's got this big collar on her dress, so there's a lot of thought that goes into it. Australia was the coolest because it's all shadow. So this wig is something that you wouldn't necessarily put in front of the curtain. If you can kind of see, it's a weird, unique texture. However, it had the right amount of volume. That crimped synthetic thing gives it so much more poof, so that when we did these little braids, it bounced and created the shadow that we want. That one was really fun to do. This wig is for Russia. To keep all the countries different, you know, hairstyle helps do that a lot. So we were like, oh, we should do blonde. We should make this something that'll stand out, that'll bounce really well. We knew it was gonna stay out of their face because of the hat situation, but it has just enough to, like, when they're spinning, move and fling with them and bounce. This is Heather's headpiece. She's our principal for Korea. But then, like, this is heavy. This wig itself weighs probably 10, 15 pounds. It's so heavy. You have to balance it right in the right spot of her head, because otherwise it'll slip back or slip forward. We've been working on a solution, and what we've come up with is a way to weave her hair behind it so that it helps push it forward and also keep her balanced. Generally, I have 3 months to get ready for a show. And that's a show that maybe has 5 wigs in it. This was 110 wigs in like a month and a half, which is crazy. So he built these wonderful racks specifically for this show so that we could move all of these wigs easily and get them to go where we need. A wonderful kind of invention. They were custom made for Loving the Silent Tears. These are custom Loving the Silent Tears wig racks. Which now I'm gonna custom make for any show that I have that has this many wigs, because they just made life so much easier. And so now everyone wants one. We started a trend here at Loving the Silent Tears. This is exciting. We've kind of finalized all of the designs, and we are getting ready to see what they look like on the big stage.
the other way, we might want to pull it. They're loading up 500 pounds. So I can slip those pieces off the floor and make them fly. Go up! Hold that, stand right. Hold that!
Amazing space. Just really cool.
It's nice, feels good, it's beautiful. The space is really beautiful. It's nice to fly in here.
He said maybe coming forward into the aisles. We're really strong believers in the power of art to present a message that people can all understand and to basically make them feel the message, not just tell it to them.
I've toured with a lot of shows, and the venues are usually not as massive as this.
It's an amazing experience to be a part of this show, to be a part of such a grand vision.
Ariel, let's go.
We've decided we don't want to sing or act anymore. We want to fly. Is that okay?
Chimes up against the wall here. Also have Chris looking to maximize a couple more inches here.
You really need everybody's focus. You three to this side of the stage. I'm going to have...
and like singing to each other and stuff like that. We're all part of this. So let's go back to the meeting again. Music. Okay, we're going to try the music.
Like that. That's cool. Good.
Let's go behind the line.
Start the circle right away. Right now it's 15. So you need to make that height 36.
Loving the silent tears. Tears for you.
Vegan. Your pet people seem more relaxed.
Luminous viewers, we appreciate your company today for Loving the Silent Tears the Musical, part 19 of a multi-part series. Please join us again on Friday for part 20. Up next is My Vegan Journey. Two sisters ignite the vegan lifestyle in Memphis, Tennessee, USA, part 1 of 2, right after noteworthy news. May your divine nature be illuminated every day.
Our programs offer many languages. Please visit suprememastertv.com/schedule and suprememastertv.com/AJAR.
Nos programmes offrent plusieurs langues. Veuillez visiter suprememastertv.com/schedule et suprememastertv.com/AJAR.
Nuestros programas ofrecen varios idiomas. Visiten suprememastertv.com/schedule y suprememastertv.com/AJAR.
Τα προγράμματά μας προσφέρονται σε πολλές γλώσσες. Παρακαλούμε δείτε suprememastertv.com/schedule και suprememastertv.com/AJAR.